I want to, as someone who is in a form of sports media or just media in general, I'm asking a favor. Can we please stop chasing stories? And I've said this multiple times. It's part of the reason why I went from doing a podcast every day to every 3 days, because I felt like when you do it every day, you just you're just chasing stories. You're just like, well, what can I find? Let me go dig up something on the internet. Let me go find someone's Twitter account from 5 years ago when they made this comment when they were 18, because that's still liable now. Like, there was just so much bad material that I would hear on an everyday basis from the people that I listen to. I'm like, how do you can't even do this. And even a lot of the big guys now, they just sit there and kind of run their same 4 or 5 storylines throughout the week and then just bring people onto their show to interview and get kind of more people's feedback and opinion on it. And obviously I can't do that yet. It's just me. But my biggest issue is like when a story comes out, like with the Kyrie Irving situation. Story comes out, Kyrie wants to trade. Okay. These are teams that he wants to get traded to. Okay. You've then got, well, why would he want to be traded? And what are the possible scenarios for his landing spot? And then what effect does that have on the league? What effect does that have on the Cavaliers, right? Those are basically your generic questions that you start your story from there. That's fine. My issue then becomes what's happened the last week, which is all of these side stories that have gotten out where as soon as he says, well, I want to be traded, well, now it's, oh, well, did you know 2 years ago LeBron actually wanted him traded for Chris Paul? Did you know 6 months or during the playoffs, Kyrie wasn't talking to any teammates for days at a time? Oh, did you know Kyrie tweeted this one thing out in 2013 that was a cryptic message towards LeBron? Stop. I'm asking, stop. Why are all these stories coming out after the fact? Why are all these things now relevant 2 years later or months later? They're not. Like, think about it. And this is a kind of a darker story, but it's like, it was like the Jose Fernandez situation. Jose Fernandez on a boat with friends, accident happens, he passes away. Why then do we have to get these stories 3-4 months after the fact about, oh, he was doing this. Oh, this was going on. Hey, did you know he was involved with these people? Let it go. So if it was not, to me, and this is, and I'm going to analogize this in a second. If it wasn't worth or wasn't necessary to bring it up when it happened and while it happened, there was no need to bring it up later. Let's think about this. In anyone who's listening that has a kid or anyone that's been around kids, you ever notice how kids have this really funny habit of telling their teachers and their parents 2 different stories, and then they tell their friends an entirely different story? Why? Think about this. If a kid gets in trouble, right? A kid is going to tell his teacher, and he's going to try to defend himself and say, oh, well, I really shouldn't have gotten in trouble because this person actually hit me first, right? And he could be lying. He could be telling the truth. Say he's telling for this scenario, we're going to say he's lying, that the other person hit him first, right? But when he goes home, he's going to tell his parents an entirely different interpretation of that story. And he's going to bring up things that he didn't tell his teacher. And I'm not trying to hate on kids, but it's a normal child reaction. They don't want to be in trouble, so they switch up their stories. They bring stuff up later. They try to switch things around. So if that's a normal child reaction, why are we doing that as adults? Why is there people in the media who are trying to change things after the fact? If, like for myself, the kids will tell us one story, and then when we go to talk to parents, they'll bring up something new in front of their parents. Well, why didn't you tell me that when it first happened? I don't know. Well, I didn't think about it back then. So my question to anyone who's in sports media, any kind of media at all, anyone who's giving, sharing, supplying news or information, why didn't you bring it up when it happened? And if your answer is, oh, I don't know, or oh, I didn't. Yeah. You're 5, and you need to grow up. You need to stop chasing stories. You need to stop chasing headlines. Not just. There is no point of coming out on a show and saying, well, since there's nothing to talk about, I got to make some stuff up. Let's go. You ever wondered why, like, the trending topic and joke of 2017 is fake news? Because we get a lot of this. Stop chasing stories. Stop chasing headlines. If there's nothing to talk about, you just need to change your programming. Or you can, in a fun sense, create your own narrative. You can create a narrative without having to be completely factual. Like I said, in my earlier segment today, I talked about what if LeBron wanted Kyrie to leave. I didn't endorse any facts. I didn't sit there and say this was said from someone's mouth. I didn't say, oh, this incident happened years ago. I simply said, hey, this is a way I could view it. And you can analyze and you can create a narrative without creating fake news or without creating a, for lack of a better word, a BS story. Keeping it PG. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. YouTube, SoundCloud, and iTunes. Also, don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. If you'd like to see more videos, click right here on my chest. And I will see you guys next time.